Hi, my name's Sean, and 100 days ago, I decided to stop drinking. It wasn't a spiritual thing. It wasn't virtue. Nothing happened in my life, no great catastrophe that led me to make that decision. It was just more than anything else an understanding that my health could be better, my brain could function better, I could be more creative, more focused, enjoy my life more with alcohol not as a crucial part of it. So today is day 100. 100 days without alcohol, and I wanted to take a few minutes today to just journal what that's meant to me thus far. I don't know if anyone will ever see this or not. If you are, I guess I decided to cut it. So going back to December, it's April now, by the way. Going back to December, the holiday season, I could kind of reflect on how tired I was of drinking, how difficult I was finding it to focus. I've got a lot of new projects that I'm working on, and I found it very difficult to put in productive days. And I wondered if the removal of alcohol wasn't going to be one of the factors that could do it for me. My sleep quality was poor. Even though I'm a fairly healthy guy, I eat decent food, I was a daily drinker. Probably, 4 to 6 drinks a day, more on the weekend. I had issues with stress and anxiety being a bit of a chronic, omnipresent factor in my life. I wondered if that wasn't going to be addressed by this. And like I said, I had a hard time focusing. I'm a creative person. I'm working on musical projects. I'm launching, I'm recording multiple projects, launching new musical career. So I knew that there was probably no room for alcohol in this. So after the holidays, it was decided that I was going to stop drinking. And I didn't know what the time period was going to be. Initially, I talked about 30 days. I'd done that before, and it always left me feeling pretty good. So I thought 30 days might be the way to go. But rather than making it a 30-day challenge of sorts, dry January, like I've done in the past, I decided that I would commit to the 30 days, and approaching the 30-day mark, based on how I was feeling, I would decide on the actual length of how long this period of abstinence would be. At 30 days, I decided it needed to be 90 days. I was feeling really good. Those first few weeks, I lost about 12 pounds. I was feeling energetic. My sleep was really starting to come together. I was sleeping deeper, albeit shorter, but I could tell that my sleep was really improving, and I could really start to just feel those first inklings of tangible improvements in my metabolic health. Which was exciting to me because I knew that those things were potentially on the decline, nothing diagnosed, but I knew that I wasn't in that great of a position. But in those first 2 to 3 weeks, I did experience a bit of an emotional, mental stability. In the later stages of that, I found that everything that I just felt more at peace. If you kind of do the deeper dives about reward systems and dopaminergic systems and that sort of thing, which are well documented, you kind of get a feeling for how everything just calms down in your brain when you remove alcohol, which is pretty dope. So once I'd made that decision that the 30 days were going to become 90 days, God, I'm really glad that I did. That second and third month were really kind of dramatic, and it feels a little bit over the top to describe them, but the difference in my energy, whether that was just from sleep, whether it was from the metabolic improvements, I don't know. But that second month, every momentum just gained, and I was able to focus. My creativity improved. You know, I write daily. I write lyrics daily. I write music daily. I compose daily to varying degrees and amounts. And I found that I was just able to better enter into a flow state. I was better able to just engage with myself, to disappear into an idea and really be able to unpack it and not be distracted in ways that I don't remember ever experiencing before. One of the biggest challenges of that sort of second period was my brain was coming up with so many ideas, so many new creative concepts, that there was absolutely no way that I was going to be able to pursue them all. And I really was challenged to structure my days in a way that I could capture creative ideas. I could focus on, you know, the crucial tasks of the day or the things that I wanted to focus on without chasing all over the place, trying to do 1,000 things. But I felt good. My relationships are improving through that period. From a physical perspective, you know, I haven't lost a ton of weight, about 15, 17 pounds out of the gate, and it's been pretty steady in that for the last several weeks. But I have been moving daily, progressive resistance training, nothing big. I don't want to put my body under any stress. It's in a healing perspective right now. I haven't been counting calories. I haven't been going crazy. I've just been eating the best quality of food, real whole foods, no processed stuff, obviously no alcohol, for the last several weeks. And I feel really good. I feel like my systems physically are really healing and improving, which is amazing. And it becomes very difficult at this point to think about reintroducing alcohol at any quantity into my life because, you know, this healing process has been so impactful. I wouldn't say that the process has been difficult in the sense of I'm craving alcohol. I'm really not at all. Couple of sunny spring afternoons when beer has been, you know, on the mind, and you know, in the winter, you know, the bourbon by the fire sort of idea, it still pops into your head because it's something that historically I really looked forward to and was a cornerstone of relaxation for me. But those things are easily addressed now, you know, with a non-alcoholic beverage of whatever sort. You get used to that very quickly. Those really aren't the challenges. I think the biggest challenges for me have been the expectations of impact. You know, I knew that my health was going to improve by removing alcohol and structuring other things, daily movement, eating clean food, that was going to do it. And, you know, it's a steering the Titanic sort of situation. It's absolutely undeniable that everything has improved, but it takes a long time to change everything, and to see sort of the sort of vanity results that we look forward to. So yeah, you feel impatient sometimes, but it's like I say, it's completely undeniable that things have really improved. So at the end of the day, as we reach 100 days, and once again, this has been one of those, 90 was the extended target, and then there was no question that we would go to 100. So the question now is, am I going to reintroduce alcohol into my existence, or am I going to just continue to do what I've been doing, which isn't hurting me at all? Life is enjoyable. So in the short term, no, there will be no reintroduction. We're just going to look for another 100 days. Keep moving, keep treating myself with respect, continue to focus on the projects that I want to focus on, continue on writing, the joy of playing music and listening to music and creating music. It's more fun now than it's ever been in my life. And I feel like my performances are stronger, my voice is stronger. It's just a win-win-win from a creative and an artistic and a performance perspective. So yeah, no short-term plans to reintroduce alcohol. It's a rhythm that I've been building for a long time. So if you're at all curious about what I'm working on and what it looks like, I'm just starting a Substack that is going to be the sort of the hub platform for my musical releases and projects, and musings and some comedy things and foolish stuff. Currently, all I'm doing is every Friday I'm releasing an acoustic cover, which I'm shooting live off the floor, recording and uploading to YouTube. So keep an eye out for that. And I think that we will probably just continue to move forward and enjoy life and be creative. And I think that it'll probably, it's going to bear fruit. So if I had to give any advice to somebody who's in the early days of thinking about quitting and whether or not it's worth the challenges, I think that the immediate feedback will make it pretty clear. Those first 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you'll know that good things are happening. The bigger challenge is when you get to the 60 to 90 day period when it seems like everything is stabilized, and it will feel very much like it's been fixed, and it hasn't. Your organs are still healing, your systems are still healing, your brain is still healing, your nervous system is still healing. Things will continue to improve. I'm told, and I'm confident that that is the case. Again, no spiritual element here, no preaching. Your body's healthier without alcohol than it is. And that's true of a lot of things in life. Your body's healthier without certain foods that you love. Your body's healthier potentially without risky behaviors, driving too fast, jumping out of airplanes. You make your choices, but it's very obvious to me that I can enjoy my life day in and day out, create my art better, love my wife better, be a better man, be a better friend, a better son, a better everything. Hi, Oscar. If I choose not to have alcohol involved. Thank you. So I'll probably do this again periodically as we move forward. Next time I extend this, but if you're thinking about doing this, I can't recommend it more. All the best. Good luck. Thank you, Oscar.